Well, welcome. It's 3 o'clock and we're good to go. So today's webinar is on paid client acquisition. And I'm calling it a little bit of the subtitle there is Drink from Your Own Kool-Aid, and I'll explain a little bit about that in a second. And, I'm Dan Wardrope from Flexxable, and I've the privilege of introducing Robin and Sean in a second. Who are from Go HighLevel, which is just one of the best bits of software that I've seen in some time. Right, so a bit about me. A lot of you know me. I run pay-per-lead agencies in UK, Canada, and Asia, and I have an education program called Flexxable, and Flexxable is probably the reason you're all here. So I just wanted to introduce myself quickly and also introduce Robin and Sean, who are the founders of Go HighLevel. So guys, over to you for a little bit, just explaining a bit about yourself, what you guys do, and yeah, go for
it. Yeah, my name is Robin Alex, and Sean Clark is also on the line. We're both co-founders. We have a third co-founder, Varun, who unfortunately couldn't make the call. But we started HighLevel out in 2018 with the focus on helping marketing agencies. We started out fully as an autoresponder platform, allowing us to do two-way texting and email. And over time, we just saw a bigger need when we talk about nurture, capture, and close in focusing in all those three stages. So we started building out more tools. And over the past two and a half years, coming in at 3 years, we've grown the team incredibly fast. We serve over 4,800 marketing agencies to date. And yeah, just keeping our ears close to the ground, seeing what we can do to continue helping marketing agencies.
Amazing, mate, amazing. I think last time I spoke to you, you're at like 3,900 or something. So you must be scaling pretty quickly.
We're trying.
My goodness, that is incredible growth. All right, so the way it's going to work today, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we did with paid ads and our funnels and all of that to push our pay-per-lead offer to run, to land clients, and how we did that. And then I'm going to hand over to the guys to kind of demo what their platform can do. So it's going to be mainly me talking for a little bit. The guys can chime in when they want, and we'll hand it over to them at the end. So why paid ads, right? So the thing is that pay per lead, and what hopefully everyone in this call is doing, and what we do as an agency is pretty much the easiest offer to sell. All right, so there's no retainer contracts or long-term commitments or anything like that with pay per lead. So when you combine having a good funnel and being able to write good ads and putting this an offer that converts in front of the right people, then you're absolutely off to the races, because in this industry, it's not about really getting clients, but not many people understand that. All right. And if you can supercharge your client acquisition and the growth of your agency with paid traffic, then you seriously are off to the races, because it's the fastest way to grow your agencies. And the main thing is that I've noticed over the years, and even myself to a certain extent, is that most agencies ignore paid advertising because they think it's too hard. They're not going to get an ROI, and they're worried about losing money. And that's just a myth. Okay, I can tell you that it's a myth. And even my agency, Flex Digital, relied for a very long time too much on word of mouth, and that's not good enough. If we want to grow a sustainable agency that wants to be a master of our own destiny and not rely on whales and all that type of stuff, then you have to be able to fill your pipeline. Okay, be a master of your own destiny. And we are all marketers who know how to build epic funnels and write great ads, and why not use those skills to be able to land clients? It's a no-brainer. And would you spend $500 of ad traffic to land a 10K per week client? Of course you would. And now, as technology gets better and we've got the likes of Go HighLevel in our back pocket, you can build a complete sales ecosystem all in one place. It's very exciting. I mean, agencies have never had this type of luxury before, and we're at a very special time in history. And this is what happened when we turned paid ads on in our agency in July. There's roughly £95,000 in orders within 4 weeks. All right, this is just one of my accounting packages. So it's seriously scalable, and you have the luxury of awesome tools like Go High Level, plus having an offer that converts, which is pay per lead. All right, so what are we going to cover today? I'm going to quickly run through our acquisition funnel, our paid acquisition funnel to land pay per lead clients. We're going to talk about segmentation and what we did with LeadsHook. We're going to show what that looks like and what our success page, yeah, we want to work with you type page looks like, and our sorry page, which is not quite a good fit for now type page. We're going to look at the email follow-up sequences I used within my agency. We're going to look at the Facebook ads, the LinkedIn ads, and then everything that I'm talking about up here is what we did with the likes of Unbounce and LeadsHook and all sorts of different Zapier and all those tools. And then we're going to look at why I teamed up with the guys at Go High Level I just said, guys, go build what we've got here. And, within 2 weeks they built it and it's back now. So it's pretty incredible the way they turned that around. And then I'm going to offer you the pay per lead paid ads acquisition in a box with the Go High Level package. All right. Just to let you know what's coming at the end of this webinar. And it's going to be really a great offer. So a visual of my agency's paid ad system. All right. So we use, and this is very simple. Okay. We use Facebook ads and we use LinkedIn ads, and we point that traffic to a landing page, which segments the clients out into either a success sequence or a sorry sequence. All right. Because for those of you who have, spoken to clients or landed clients in any, whether it's retainer basis or pay per lead or whatever, you'll see that some clients are just epic clients and other clients are quite hard to deal with, to put it mildly. Okay. And you want to be able to segment, and a lot of people do this wrong. Okay. They don't think about this. And you want to be able to segment people out to the good clients you really want to work with and the clients that you might want to offer something else to or help them in a very different way. All right. So this was key for us to kind of optimize to get the whales and the guys that want to spend 10K a week with us. All right. So it's quite powerful. And let's have a look at the funnel. I probably shouldn't be doing this exactly, but this is the resource that you're going to get at the end if you take my offer. But if we go all the way down here to what the landing page template looks like, you can see here that you can put your logo and all that type of stuff in here, but this is exactly what we're running. So I'm gonna go through this funnel and show you what it looks like for someone that's like an epic client to work with. All right. So have you bought leads before? Yes. How big is your sales team? 9+. How many leads can you handle? 150+. Are you interested in out of hours leads? Yes. Are you comfortable paying up front? Yes. How do you want your leads delivered? This is a big one. Clients that want, leads emailed, that's usually a bad sign. Okay. So into your CRM, first name, last name, company name, email, and then hopefully that works. Yeah. Okay. So if I put that in, this is like the funnel that I'm talking about where it hits the success page. And what we do then is we take them to a little video building a relationship and telling them what happens next, and really just, informing them of what the next steps are. So they know what to do, they know what to expect, and it pre-frames them for the phone call and knowing they need to pay up front and all that type of stuff. It's very powerful, and it's a pretty simple video. It's my ugly mug there you guys are watching, but essentially that if we go back to our funnel, that's what you've seen across the top there. All right. And the opposite to that, and I'm not going to go through the funnel again, is when you get the sorry sequence. Okay. And they'll go to a different thank you page. All right. So let's run through what I just went through there in real time. So the landing page, it was built in Unbounce, and we use quiz software called LeadsHook in order to be able to segment out here. All right. Very simple to use, great tool. We use it for all of our high traffic funnels where we're spending a lot of time, a lot of money on our paid ad campaigns for within our agency when we deliver leads. All right. It's probably the number one tool for our agency. It's awesome. Copy matters. So some industries are very used to buying leads, whereas other clients are used to doing stuff on retainers. Okay, so for example, solar or solar, for example, is an industry where people are just used to paying per lead. So the copy here might not work for solar because I'm talking about no contracts, no commitments, just leads. We agree on a cost per lead. You can see how that copy works for industries where people are used to be paying for a retainer or $2,500 a month or whatever that is. All right, so you need to tweak that accordingly. We of course touch on the pain points, so the long-term commitment and all that type of stuff. And we would recommend getting a video done like ours if possible. Okay, so if we go back here, you can see as I scroll down here, there's how does a pay per lead model work, and then what the next steps are and all of that type of stuff. All right, that's all built within our template. Okay. Right, so the next step was the success and story page. So you saw the success page. It's vital to record a video. You've got to have decent sound equipment. Someone just mentioned my podcast is playing up. I don't know what my sound's like at the moment, but it has been struggling the last couple of days. So let me know if that's a problem when you're listening to me at the moment, but you've got to have good sound equipment. Tell them what's happening next. So they could be getting a call from a team member. They could be booked into a calendar. Who's calling, add some humor if possible. So for me, I've said here, what's going to happen now is that you're going to get a call from Rob or Nat, who are part of my sales team in Manchester. Rob is a massive Man City fan, and Nat, well, she doesn't care much for football, but Eva deserve a bit of a ribbing, okay, because they're from the north, I call it. So add a little bit of personality and a little bit of humor, because it's going to help contact rates and it's going to want people to work with you. And it's just worth doing, all right? You have to spend the time to do this type of stuff. And we have the success page video script for you to amend in the package that I'm talking about at the end, all right? We have everything for you. Right, so the survey funnel, you want to try and attract the whales. As I went through the funnel with you guys before, you could see the path that I took for the whale, and you should build your leads hook or survey questions accordingly, okay? I don't care what you guys use, but you do have to try and segment out accordingly. And we generally, the rule of thumb for us, if it's 50 plus leads per week and they bought leads before with a call center rather than just a one-man band, that's going to be a good client, all right? And the small clients could go into a side hustle or a hybrid type deal, or even to some kind of affiliate offer. For us, we have the luxury of, probably only wanting to work with the really big clients, but other guys, like some of the guys that are listening at the moment, might not want to be so strict with the rules, and they might want to put some people onto a retainer. They might want to put some people onto pay per lead. You have the luxury of amending the survey funnel accordingly to match what your agency is good at and what you can offer. All right, so you really have to think about that. Yeah, and affiliate offers sometimes work. All right, if you don't want to work with these clients, try and monetize them in some other way, and be creative on your sorry page too. All right, email marketing. So this is another big one. All right. People that come into the funnel, both funnels, the success and the sorry funnel, you need to build that relationship. And I don't need to tell you guys that email is very powerful. So I spent a lot of time writing these sequences, which really help educate the buyers and impress them and show them that you mean business and show them that you know what you're talking about. And we have seven email sequence that goes to both clients. And we did use ActiveCampaign and Zapier in order to deliver these. Amend accordingly to your offer, your sales process, and your personality. And both sequences are designed to build trust, build relationships, as well as educate with brutal honesty. Okay, like the first one here is lead gen profit margins exposed. All right, if you're a buyer of leads, you're going to want to open that email. Okay. So if you know the buyer's pain points, that is definitely one of them. They're worried about us guys making too much margin. They're going to read this and they love these emails. And for your sorry sequence, perhaps, as I was saying before, try and move these people to a side hustle or a hybrid deal. a retainer or whatever, and be original and put the work in, okay? So traffic. I'm moving quickly through here, guys. There'll be times for questions at the end. I hope you're enjoying this and following it. There will be time for questions in the end, all right? So for Facebook ads, it's, you know, it's always about the hook and the offer, all right? And for those of you who haven't tried to run like a pay per lead ad before or put that offer in front of people, it's honestly a game changer. You're just going to be amazed at how many people reach out and respond to that type of offer, okay? So when you've got a good hook and what I call, well, I'm not the only one that calls it, I didn't come up with a saying, but an offer that converts, it makes life so much easier. It just does. You don't have to worry about retargeting pixels and all that stuff, right? The offer is what makes this, not so much the technical skills behind it, or the segmentation and all of that's quite good within the funnel. Start with Facebook before other traffic sources, and video cut our cost per lead in half. All right, so take your time to record some shaky iPhone type videos. It really does make a difference. And use anyleads.com or similar to create a custom audiences and lookalikes, and interest targeting is fine. And we're only spending £20 a day in order to generate clients for our agency. All right, it's very cheap. And cost per lead ranges between £5 and £75, I would say. And you can see over here on the right, I'm not sure whether you guys can read that, but this was an ad. We're not actually in the solar space in the UK, but we wrote this ad just to test it. How companies selling solar panels are consistently getting high quality leads without having to sign up to long retainers. Have you ever wondered why? And then we talk about long-term contracts, and the industry is rife. There's an alternative way, and you're going to love it. We'll do the sales funnel for you. We'll create the brand. We'll do the ads. We'll do everything as part of your package. Okay. And this ad run here, we ran it for 1 day, and we had 2 leads of clients wanting 100 leads per week. And each of those, for those 2 leads, it cost us 95p each. All right. So for those of you who are in solar or in similar industries, home improvement type industries, it's just incredible how easy it is with what we've built here. All right. And once to be honest with you, Facebook ads is going to be enough for you. But if you want to get into LinkedIn ads, then you just use the same copy that that we've got here. For those of you who are not going to buy the offer that I've got at the end, then you can go back to this webinar and see what we've done here. You're still going to be able to figure it out. Okay, it's the offer that converts, remember. But with LinkedIn, you do pretty much exactly the same thing. I think the guy, I think what's his name, Reed, the owner of LinkedIn, I think was an early investor in Facebook. So he's obviously boys with Zuckerberg, and they have their their ad platform is very similar to Facebook now. There's a few different options and different targeting and stuff like that, but you basically run the same type of ads, and it's a little bit more laser focused because LinkedIn is obviously B2B. It's more expensive, but generally the quality is going to be a little bit better, okay, and your targeting is a little bit better. So it's worth trying both, okay? Right. So I've only been going for 20 minutes and I'm going through it very quickly. I hope that's okay. But I wanted to talk to you about, when I reached out to Go High Level, Robin, and said, guys, I see what you're doing here. Let's do something together. Can you help us? All right. And I basically sent him this funnel, and I said, combine everything that I've got into one snapshot, one landing page. Use the survey software, build the success and sorry pages, tie in the email and the SMS automations, and also sort out our cold email process as well, which I haven't even touched on here. And they've really excelled in what they've built for us, okay? So at this point in time, I wanted to just kind of let Robin and Sean take the screen if possible. I think you can. Hopefully I'll let you share the screen and you can run through what this looks like and what the demo is and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah,
is that
absolutely.
cool, guys?
Happy to do it. Got it. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen here.
Yep.
Great. I'm going to try to shorten it up a little bit because sometimes my big monitor gets me in trouble. So I'll just jump into HighLevel in general, if that just to kind of give an overview of what we are, and then we can go from there. So HighLevel was and is a platform that was written for agencies by agencies, and we really mean it. So we only sell to marketing agencies today. And there's a really important reason. It's not just a sales technique. At the end of the day, we really believe that marketing agencies are the key to business success. You know, we originally started this product 2.5 years ago, and our very first customers were small businesses. I'm a software engineer, so I just assumed that if I wrote enough code, I could help small businesses grow. In my prior SaaS company, I'd worked with a lot of small businesses, and I knew that their biggest want and desire in life was to have new customers. And so we ran into a problem, though, which is the more software we gave them, the worse they did overall. And lucky for us, we ran into a marketing agency run by Rob and Alex, my co-founder, who really showed us the light and showed us how marketing agencies just make all the difference in the world. And so since then, we stopped selling to small businesses. We've gone marketing agency only. We haven't looked back, and it's been a fantastic ride. We really believe that the key here to a great outcome for a small business is a marketing agency plus a great set of software tools that are brought together. So today we've got HighLevel, and what it is a really easy way to think about it is we took all the tools that all of you use every single day already and probably try to string together using something like a Zapier, and we put them all into one nice package. The software is completely white labeled. So in front of you, you can see Law Hustle, which is a marketing agency. So their clients actually see this login page. You'll note that the URL is customized and white labeled for them. They even actually have a white label mobile app through us in both the Android and iPhone store. And the reason we do this is so that their clients never know we exist, and they never get the impression that somehow just by using the software, they could do the same thing that Law Hustle does for them. So jumping into the app itself, though, normally you are going to look at this from a client perspective. So our big goal is for you to be able to go back to your client at the end of the month and say, hey, you know, this is the type of success that we've driven for you. So instead of just talking about, you know, certain vanity metrics or whatever it might be, it's really trying to focus on those end results and to try to help those clients really take those leads and bring them all the way to the customer stage. So we've put this together in sort of three groups. So it's capture, nurture, close. So all the tools to capture a lead, all the tools to nurture a lead, and all the tools to close a lead. I'll try not to go too long here. We have quite a few features, but you know, this could be something like if you needed to do, you're actually building out a funnel, for example, for your client. We have a full drag and drop funnel builder. We have we have the ability to integrate with we have a drag and drop form builder. We have a Facebook lead ad integration. So if you're running lead ads, we have a call rail replacement if you're doing inbound calling and you need to track those as well. So there's the funnel builder here. So basically any way you could imagine to capture a lead, Facebook Messenger integration, etc. And then one of the most important things after you capture a lead, of course, is, and this is probably where most clients fall down, if you've ever run into that situation where clients have come back and said that leads aren't any good, or you know, your leads that you're generating aren't converting. The reality is most of the time it's because they don't follow up with the leads. And so this is where HighLevel really comes out strong. So this is the nurture phase. And so, you know, what takes a lead from lead to customer, right? It's nurture. It's the reaching out to the lead within the first 5 minutes or less. It's staying with that lead until they respond back. And then it's getting the lead to actually take the next step, which often is an appointment. So just as a quick example here on this account, this is a law firm. When somebody registers, they send them a text message, they send them an email, they make a phone call, and they do a voicemail drop all in the first minute to try to get a hold of the lead. So the SMS makes sense. It's pretty easy. The email makes sense. The way the call works is we actually call out to the law firm's front desk or to the lawyer. When they pick up the phone, if they pick up the phone, it says, hi, you have a new lead from Facebook named Sally Smith. Press any key to connect. And if they hit the key, it dials out to the lead. And if the lead picks up, we join the call together. So it's sort of a force dial, trying to get your client on the phone as fast as possible. If either the lead doesn't pick up or your client doesn't pick up, it just continues to roll through the sequence. and it goes in and does a voicemail drop. Now, all of this stuff is customizable, so don't worry, you don't have to do what these folks do. But this law firm brought this system in, and they were actually able to triple the sales for their for this customer within the first 30 days on their existing lead flow. So imagine being able to take existing leads and actually get 3 times as many customers out of it. So at any point in the sequence, if somebody responds, the campaign will shut off. So we don't just keep pestering people if they've gotten back to us. But if they don't get back to us, the goal of the system at that point is, how do we continue to follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up with that lead until they do respond? Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get them help. They've raised their hand. They've said they're interested in a particular offer. So now we're trying to get on the phone with them, or we're trying to get them to schedule an appointment with us. All of this sort of breaks out on the conversation screen. So you can see here, this is an entire conversation with a lead. You can go back in time and see all the text messaging that's gone back and forth, all the emails, all the voicemail drops, all the phone calls, everything. And you can see this, this is a live account, so I never know what I'm going to see here, but you can see it goes back quite a ways. And so anyhow, you can actually see an example here, if I'm lucky, of that campaign we just talked about. Let me see if I can find a lead here. But point is you can see both the automated system at work here, and you can also see the manual system. So whenever the conversation or the campaign is responded to, at that point, what we'll do is one of 2 things. If the person says that they want to book an appointment, we'll actually automatically move them through the appointment flow. And we can actually book people onto calendars about 50% of the time without any human interaction, which is pretty phenomenal if you're a small business, because that's exactly what you're looking for a lot of the time. And then if they do ask a question that isn't, yes, I want to book an appointment, or I'm interested in booking an appointment, it'll automatically alert either you at the agency or the client, and the client can then log in and take over that conversation. As you can see, they've got hundreds of conversations here. So we also give the opportunity to track all of this stuff across the sales pipeline, so that your clients can see exactly what's going on and where people are in the sales funnel. And you can help just continue to drive them through and down that sales funnel. There's just hundreds of more features. We have, a full Calendly and schedule once replacement. So we have full calendaring and booking in the system, full reputation management and reviews, a full CRM as well. You can also make phone calls out of the system, as well as get phone calls back through the system, activities, tasks, notes, all of those good things, full workflow automations, funnel builder, website builder, membership builder. So there's just a lot going on here. But I'll just kind of pause at this point and let you take back over, just to see if you can guide me in the right direction before I keep going on features. One
question about the voicemail drops. How do they work? Is that just a pre-recorded message that goes out to?
Correct.
One pre-recorded that goes out to everyone that doesn't pick up or doesn't respond to the SMS or whatever, right?
Yeah, and again, it's totally customizable. But yeah, so like in a sequence like this, what really gets the results for these folks is they're going to hit you on all 4 channels. And the voicemail, it says, "Oh, hey, this is Ethan. I just tried giving you a call. I noticed you're not in. Would love to help you with your case. Give us a call back when you get a chance."
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, and I think there was a question in the comments. Does this follow-up include Messenger, or can it include Messenger follow-ups? And the answer is yes, we do support Messenger. And so the way that it works is, as long as someone messages into the Facebook page, we can take that conversation and start doing automation behind that. And we offer a couple of other things, where we can do manual calls, manual SMS. So we have a power dialer built in the system, and you can actually webhook out to other platforms as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
And how does
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
How does so the client sales team is sitting at their desk, signed in to this platform, right? And a lead comes in, and then it goes through the first 3 steps of whatever that is. It's the SMS, and then the call, and the call automatically. It's like a 2-way connect type thing that connects the client with the prospect, right? And it happens automatically without the person having to pick up the phone and actually dial out.
Yeah, that's the idea. So, I mean, if you want to look at the data behind this, if you Google the MIT lead study, there's a great study where MIT sat down with millions of web-based leads, and they followed them through from initiation all the way to results. So either close or abandon or whatever across all kinds of different industries. And they looked at, what makes a great lead? Why do some leads close and buy and some don't? And really the thing they found at the end of the day is, regardless of what you sell, it's almost exclusively response time. So if you can get back to somebody in the first 5 minutes, and if you can stay with that person for as long as it takes for them to come back to you, the person who does that the best always wins. And that's what we help you automate. And that's honestly what we see every day. I mean, if you walk in the door today with any kind of lead flow, and you know how many customers you're getting off that lead flow, I can at minimum triple the number of customers you're currently bringing in.
That's awesome. So what happened, like we deal with high volume clients, right? So people that are taking 200 leads a day or maybe more. What happens when their sales team is on the phone? So 6 of their agents are all on the phone together, and it goes through the process, and the person's picking up the phone. The prospect's picking up the phone, but no one's free to talk to them. What would happen then?
Well, so, I mean, in all honesty, we'd skip them, because we care, I mean, respectfully, we care less about the sales team and more about the lead. And, in reality, what we find is the calls are great, but, these days people are less and less likely to pick up the phone anyways. And so if you look at like this law firm, for example, the vast majority of their conversations are over SMS, and and it's great because two things: the nurture campaigns book people in automatically left and right. So often what happens for most of these people is that all of a sudden the calendar just magically fills up with a bunch of new customers and new appointments. And so so if anything, what it tends to do, right, is it tends to actually make your sales team way more effective, because then instead of your sales team have to field every single call and try to make all these dial attempts and everything else, you don't even have to bring them into the picture until the point where the lead actually is interested. And that's how you take a sales team and really, like, you can 10x their results, because it's, you don't put them in this prospect board until that prospect actually goes through the campaign and then responds with, either positive or negative. And so then why bother the salesperson until that happens?
So they're not in the prospect list until they've responded.
Yeah, and again, all of this is customizable. So so just, I don't want anybody to think we restrict you from almost anything. But from a practical standpoint, that's exactly the people who close the most deals. That's exactly what they do. They use the automation out front to take the incoming lead, and when the incoming lead basically says something, becomes a hot lead, that's when you want to get it to the salesperson so they can close the deal.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
And one of the things that really attracted us to you, Dan, and working with you and trying to build up, what you guys are doing, is we really love the pay-per lead model. I really do think there's a huge transition that's going on in the marketing space, transitioning people from standard retainers over to a performance-based model. And what we're doing on our end is, not only supporting you and what you're putting out to the market, but we're also trying to extend it out, because we know that nurture, capture, and close are really important, and that the nurture component is the hardest piece for any agency as well as the business. So we're marching down the path in building out other models, as far as building out the capability of integrating with AI, so that companies that have 6 salespeople and they get slammed because that's what you're able to do. We want to be able to not only do it with automation, but we want to connect in with dialogue flow and other technologies so that you can answer the responses a lot faster and keep up with that MIT lead study. So it doesn't matter about the volume of leads that come in, you're able to continue in maintaining that flow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's incredible, really, what you guys have got here, and it's just mind-boggling, really. And I wanted to, like, if I can take the screen back for a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please do.
So if we go back to my screen, and I tell you, if you guys are people listening to this, the smart markers are the ones that are going to make a real difference, okay? And the ones that add value down here, okay? So everything that Sean and Robin are doing at the moment is prime for these guys. The guys that probably haven't got all of their CRM systems in place. They haven't got their follow-ups. They haven't got their SMS. They don't even know what all of this is, right? If you can add value to these type of clients, the guys with 2 or 3 people, and help grow their business, then that is where you're going to have clients for life. And that's where you're going to build friendships and and really develop long-term clients that you can grow with and learn from. All right. So whereas before I was saying, okay, let's go up to the top here and let's just only work with the guys that want to, the whales that want to do 200 plus leads per week. That's, that's a luxury that we have because we've been doing this for a long time, right? For those of you who are, maybe a little bit less experienced or looking to get into the pay per lead game, then there's a lot of gold down here at the bottom because this is where you can probably help people the most. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but that's where I see a lot of opportunity. Okay. All right. So where were we? Go high level. We've gone through that. And I don't know whether you guys have got my snapshot to hand or whether you want to run through it, or we can just go on to what's included.
Yeah, let's just talk about what's included with it. I mean, it's hard to show the intricacies because, what we packaged together is really, Dan's function and flow and everything. And while we can dissect it, I don't think the wow factor is those details. It's kind of the end result. And I think that's the magic behind it. Yeah.
Okay. So essentially everything I've been through on this webinar is built and more with you guys because we don't do SMS or anything like that through our paid acquisition because it's not kind of higher volume stuff. It's more, you want to have 1 or 2 leads per day that come on as a client within the agency, as opposed to a personal injury lawyer that has to have, 50 or 60 leads a day for them to get an ROI because they've got a big hungry sales team. It's a little bit different, but you can of course build all of that stuff into the automation that we've got with you guys. So I guess we've done the demo. Where are we? All right. So what I'm going to offer you guys is essentially, everything I've been through in this webinar. So I reached out to Robin and Sean, and we built a snapshot, essentially the one that we've been using to add all of that money to our agency's turnover. And I'm also going to give you the Facebook ads that we ran and the templates, the images. I'm also going to give you LinkedIn ads and training. And I'm also going to give you the video scripts for the ads. As I was saying before, if you can have a video within the ad, a little shaky iPhone video, and you can touch on their pain points and really engage with them there, then it cuts your cost per lead in half. So I'll give you the video script. Also, of course, the funnel, the landing page, the success page. I'm going to give you our cold email training. So if you don't want to run paid ads, you can do cold email automation, which you can do through Go High Level as well. I'm going to give you explainer bids for everything. Okay, so every bit of training that I've just spoken about here. And also, I managed to twist the guy's arm and say, listen, can you give a 30-day free trial with Go High Level rather than 14? And they said yes, they can do that. So that I don't think that's really available anywhere else, which is pretty cool. And this little bit down here, it's a great white label CRM for clients once you land them. We've just seen what Sean's been through there and how powerful it is. So, I've shown you how you can land clients with the funnel and everything that we've done. But the real magic, if you want to add value, is going to be using Go High Level to white label the CRM to be able to get them better results. Prime example of this is life insurance agents. I don't know how many there are in North America. There's probably something like 300,000, 400,000 life insurance agents, and they're all stuck in the dark ages. They expect business to come from door knocking and warm referrals from their friends and family. All right, it just doesn't work that way anymore. And there's a whole new breed of people like that coming through that are going to be able to smash it out of the park if they combine your lead gen skills, your ability to generate leads with something like, the systems and the follow-up processes that we've got from Sean and Robin. And you get all of this for $197 is probably the most stupidly priced thing I've ever done, ever. But and you guys should snap it up. And the link's there. It's an hourly link. Ari's probably listening and is going to put it into the chat box, so you guys will be able to buy that. So when you do buy, and you should, because it's a ridiculous offer, you'll be sent a resource guide, which is what I was going through here before, which is, if you go back to the top, it's the Sales Makes the World Go Around resource document. And we talk about building a side hustle and how that works, and how to ask the right questions to clients to figure out whether they're a side hustle client or a pay-per-lead client. And then it goes into cold email training. And then we talk about all the paid advertising stuff. So you get the landing page templates, the unbounced download, the leads hook download. If you don't want to use Go High Level, you get quiz logic explainer and how all that works. The sorry we can't help you page, the sorry we can't help you video script, the success page with the unbounced download, the success page video script, all of the email sequences, and then you get how to set all of this up in Go High Level. And then you've got a Go High Level snapshot that you can upload into your account after that. You get the funnel and everything that goes with it, and then you get the Go High Level snapshot. And then below all of that, you get the Facebook ads copy, the templates for the dummy solar campaign, the scripts for the Facebook ads, and then you get how to set up your LinkedIn campaigns. All right, so and then you get the ad copy for what we run on LinkedIn, as well as their explainer video on how to build your LinkedIn campaigns. So it's really the offer to end all offers. All right, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm blown away with what you guys are doing. Congratulations on such an awesome product and making a big difference to the agency world and changing lives. I can see what you're doing here is pretty special. So thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us. This was awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Dan.
Really
You're doing
enjoyed
incredible stuff yourself, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure. I learned a lot just being on the webinar.
Thanks, guys. So did I. All right, I'll love you and leave you. See you later, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.